All right. Guys, I would just like to introduce you a very close friend of mine, and he's a mentor. He's very passionate, very loyal to the cause guy that I met through Beast Mode International Retreat, and
don't forget sexy.
Yeah, this is Lee Bundy. He's an amazing guy, and he's here to do an interview with us today. So, Lee, how are you?
Oh, awesome! Thank you for that intro. I'll give you the $50 later, man. I'll slip it over to you.
No comments.
I'm fantastic because I get to see you wonderful people with the smile on your face, and that's what it's about. We can sit here and pretend, okay, blah blah blah, but to see you guys and how happy you are, that's what it's about. So, my job's done. Let's finish the interview now.
It's awesome.
Well, we're so honoured to have you, Lee. It's really cool. Nathan and I, we were thinking about who are probably the most confident people that we know, and you definitely came to mind. So.
Definitely.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, what you guys are doing, regarding confidence, and I'll be 100% honest with you, it's, with confidence, obviously, I know that you'll elaborate into it a little bit more, but what I find confident and getting into your power and loving something that you want, there's still parts of my life that I know that I won't, and my confidence needs to be improved, but I find that as, just a place of, you need to embrace that, and you need to say, okay, this is something that I don't know, so, okay, build the confidence, or because I don't know it, we build up this thing called fear, and I just find it as a place of learning. So, yeah, what I love to do, I know that, that I'm getting good at it, or getting great at it, but it's just more of, it's just trusting yourself and loving yourself. So, we'll go, I know, I'm sure you've got some cool questions for me, so I'll shut up.
Yeah, I love that. That's cool. Sorry, we just moved that camera a little bit. But go for it now.
Well, all right. So I guess we'll start at the start.
Yep.
You give our viewers just a little bit of background on who you are and what you did before creating Beast Mode International.
Yep. So before I started on my journey of self-discovery and empowering others, I've always been someone that's always wanted to lead people. Like I played a high level footy, I played college basketball. I've always been that type of person. I don't like average. Average doesn't sit good with me, because it's not that I wanted to be better than anyone. It was that, if I can develop something and I know that I have a skill, I can share it with others. And my life has gone up and down, and now it's just soaring because of the tools that I have and the right environment. And before Beast Mode being a leadership transformation into mind strategist, all that, whatever you want to call it, they're just labels. I obviously worked in a job, a journey of bankruptcy. I was in and out of different jobs, and I was working, in retail, selling suits. I was doing all weird stuff. I worked at Kmart stacking shelves. But then, in my adult years, I didn't even know what I really wanted to do, because I was chasing the next party. So I started to get into electrical work, and it wasn't, basically they used me because, I used to, I was a lot bigger than I am now, and they used to just use me as a forklift. That was my nickname, just to, just to pick up things and just to put it there and, sweep the floors. And that I got into doing an electrical apprenticeship. The company was completely wrong for me. It just, every time I went there, it wasn't too far from you guys. It was in Mulgrave. Is that?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, about half hour away.
Yeah. So I used to travel 53 kilometres there, 53 kilometres back. I had to start work at 6 o'clock. I'll finish at 5. So it was ridiculous. Cut a long story short, being in an environment where your opinion or confidence was non-existent, I couldn't even voice myself. And here I am, an adult apprentice, 6'2" guy that felt about that big. Yeah. And that was just from the people around me. And that was a thing that really I really wanted to get out of it. I used to drive me crazy. Like I used to go to work and I used to have anxiety, confidence, forget about it. I used to try to think about what I was going to say. No one valued my opinion. Long story, yeah. I got myself out of that environment because it was just to a point, it was very toxic and was bringing out the worst in me. And then I moved over to the Crown Casino in Melbourne, where I was doing electrical work and another type of work, but I was doing bodyguard work as well. And then I was doing bodyguard work outside the casino. So basically I was a babysitter with a gun, and I was another toxic environment, being in a place where, as you guys know, the casino, it's basically like a funnel of shit. You know what I mean? Like everywhere in Melbourne, it just all comes to the casino, and that's what I had to look forward to. So that was driving me crazy. And as you guys know, that there's an inner leader, or a king and queen that wants to break out. Obviously, I'm talking to a king and queen here. Maybe I've got a queen in me. I don't know. So. And it was driving me crazy for years, that I'm like, what do I want to do? And through self-discovery, through a lot of pain, through getting rid of a lot of people, and just isolating myself, that I'm thinking, fuck, am I doing the right thing here? Like, people are starting to disown me, and I'm spending all this money. I came to discover my inner confidence, my inner power, and I always knew that I wanted to empower others. That, there's, with my journey, do you want me to share my story of how I hit rock bottom with the viewers?
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
So through that sort of expansion, as I was with a girl for 9 years, and it was through a time of my life which was quite toxic. It was a lot of partying, a lot of scatteredness, a lot of you're doing a lot of drugs and just being around with the wrong people. I gave everything to this girl. We lived in Richmond, as you guys will know where Richmond is, just at the end of River Street where the MCG is. So it was quite a nice place. She used to work at Chapel Street, and I used to run the work. I thought that I was doing the right thing, and I thought going like this every day with a person was normal, yeah. And I thought arguing, and it was like kryptonite to Superman. Every time she was around, she would just dispower me. Again, confidence was going down the toilet. And to a point, I was really challenging my masculine strength, or my role in this earth, or in this relationship. So, cut a long story short, that was just basically, I didn't have the tools I had now. I didn't have the right people that I have around me, and I lost my way to the point when we're supposed to get married. We had a lot of property all twined together, and in Australia, if someone that's living with you, they can take you to the cleaners. So that's what happened.
I can understand that.
Nave's going, I didn't even realise we got that similar story, but when you just smiled at me, then I'm like, there you go, you're feeling me. So
yeah.
I lost a lot of money. We had a display home, we had this, that land, and all that other crap. I lost my bikes, my cars, all my toys, nice apartment in Richmond. And because I didn't want to have the relationship, so I cancelled the relationship. I call it cancelled the relationship, because it was just, people say broken up. We were broken up years before we cancelled the relationship. So I had to move back to my parents' place in the northern suburbs, where they've got a beautiful home, and I'm so blessed to have that family. To a point when people are saying, "Hey Lee, how's everything going?" Yeah, everything's good. I'm working 2 jobs. I'm going around the world. I'm living in Richmond. Yeah, I drive a BMW. Got this. I got that. Blah blah blah. To I'm broke, living with my parents. So,
Yeah.
as you can imagine, if you do an eye downward spiral massively, and as people call it, depression, which I was an expert at the so-called depression of just layering bullshit upon bullshit upon bullshit.
Yep.
And then I lost my way. I stopped working. I was on antidepressants. I was on sleeping pills, because that's what the doctors say you have to have. Well, I'm not on fucking one bit of that now. And look at me, I know I'm a bit crazy, but not as, So that was just this false life, this false pendulum that the world said you have to fit into. And yeah, I was really crippled mentally and physically and spiritually, where I didn't even speak for 2 months. When you forget something you're trying to remember, I forgot how to speak. People would talk to me, I knew what they were saying, but I was just completely mentally retarded, as I call it. So I'll cut this long story short. I really hit rock bottom. I went and started hanging around the wrong people, started partying, thought I'd numb myself to a lot of that, drugs, alcohol, bad environments, and so on. And I wanted to get back at the world, so I played the bully, And this happened for, it was a mixture of the dark time I didn't leave my bedroom and just, put on a lot of weight and all that stuff for about 6 months. Then I started to get myself out, and that really happened for about 1.5 years. Where I come to a fork at the end of the road, and I said, I'm either going to throw myself in front of a train, or I'm going to be in a box, or I'm going to end up hurting someone, I'm going to get locked up. And I had to make that choice, and I knew that I was destroying my family. I knew that there was a bigger and better way, and so I really immersed myself into the way I became, endorsed in, or, engulfed in this mindset and self-development was I drove myself back to work where I was very, very vulnerable, and I was blessed with, I'm not religious, but the universe put my beautiful partner and Queen Regan in my path, which saved my life. It did. Someone that was just so pure, just so wise, and just so with it as well. And she was telling me about the right people. I don't know if you know Jamie McIntyre, 21st Century, and him. I went to one of his birthday, his 40th birthday, which was in Vegas, and was at the top of the Palms Casino. And I met all these people where at the start I was very insecure when I met these people, and I'm like, and confidence, no confidence, forget about it. I'm like I said, you've seen me, I'm 6'2", and I was a lot bigger than I am now. I felt like I was like a pebble to these people, and that's all in my own head. It's all this, this self-sabotage that you create. And anyway, so I really immersed myself, and how I always tell you, Nath, as well, the people that you're with, you watch your energy if it rises or if it lowers from the people being around you. And,
Definitely not. I've noticed that recently, so.
And that's a pure indication. Around these people, I started feeling amazing, and they started talking about NLP. They started talking about mindset, self-development, and I said, "What are you talking about?" But the thing is, these people looked amazing. They had, like, not all of them had partners, but they had women, and they looked good. They obviously had money, but they knew what to say, and they were happy. So I started finding out what this was about, and and Regan really said, these NLP courses about, it doesn't really matter about NLP. It's basically reframing the way your old programming is. That what that means is changing your programming or changing your timeline, and how to be that person, how to program your mind and change your hard wiring. You're always going to go back to your old ways. So. Yeah. In that journey of discovery and really immersing, spending a lot of money on self-education and being around, and being in the right environment is everything, yeah? And that gave me, if you want to call it, so-called confidence or power. And from that, I've really been working on myself for Beast Mode is 6 years. 6 years from that, started off, I was a PT, started off training people because that's what I was good at, and doing the mindset work, teaching people how to pre-frame, rediscover themselves, visualize their training before they got to train, and doing all that. And then from then it really exploded, doing retreats, as you know, Nath, you just experienced one. And and then there's a lot of other services, but from losing myself, being suicidal, from being empowered and being able to have the knowledge, being able to have the right path for people to step into, is, it's overwhelming. Just thinking about it, I get goosebumps. So I know it's a bit of a rant, but hopefully that answers your question.
Thank you so much for sharing.
That was fantastic. So I guess next question is, what is Team Mode International? Like, how could you explain that to the guys? What I've just experienced myself, and how did? Well, obviously you just explained how it started. Yep. But what exactly is it?
Okay, I'll say what it isn't first, because it's not a bunch of big meatheads. Yes, I know I look like a meathead, tattoos, whatever, but Beast Mode is yes, we train the mind, but we're nothing to do with PT. A lot of people get it as a health camp, yeah, or as a training camp, because Beast Mode. What Beast Mode means to me, and as you know as well, it's discovering your inner power. It's this when you're at your peak state. So we're not a bunch of big guys running around trying to do our PBs and do all that. Yes, that's fine in other parts of the world, but it's all about mindset. And it's an environment and a brotherhood where people are become vulnerable. You've seen that. We all cried. We all let ourselves be vulnerable. We all were showing who we are. Crying is not a sign of weakness. That is connecting, letting it go. Like I've had a lot of guys, well, I'll sort my stuff out. I don't need self-development. Rah. What is this bullshit? And then behind closed doors, they end up bashing their wife because they've got this built-up thing, or they go and hang themselves, which I know people have, and it gets me so frustrated because they think that they need to sort it out, but they do not have the tools. They're not strong enough, yeah? So behind closed doors, they will take heaps of drugs. They will put on this big facade that they're rippling with muscle, but behind closed doors, they're an absolute mess. And I'm talking to some people now about it, and I'm like, get out of this, because I was that, yeah? You can't build that facade. So Beast Mode as an environment, a protected environment, it's not comfortable, but it's safe. And it's a place, as you know, It's a place where men can plant their seed, and through our self-education and our growth, and obviously there's a lot more with beast mode. You see it's growing international, where through our education we can keep watering you, but everyone is growing their own brand, their own identity, their own character. As you know, become the identity and character you need to become to manifest your dreams and your goals, and being in that support, making sure, touching base. So it's a very, very unique environment where men are growing into their kings, to their kingship, and obviously keep getting educated. So it's a brotherhood as well. But what we're not a bunch of alpha males screaming, and obviously some of the videos we're doing up things that are like that, but it's for a completely different purpose.
Yeah. All right, Lee, if you don't mind, I'll jump in for a question now.
Of course.
Thanks, how did it go? I want to ask exactly what confidence means to you. So, like, if you were looking at someone, what would make you believe that they were confident?
Yep. So one thing that, and as you know, I'm sure that you guys, because your journey, you're really becoming advanced in what you're doing as well. Look, this is from me, but I can feel a person's energy. I've become real aligned with a person's energy. But if I just take that away, obviously you've got a difference between arrogancy and cocky and confidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
So confidence is silent. Insecurities is loud, yeah? So someone going, rah, 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 fucking blah, blah, look at me, especially the bananas in the gym, that's because they're insecure. Confidence is someone that's whole within themselves, someone that is knows that, you know what, yes, I am, to give you an example, Nathan met the guys that take my kickboxing. These guys are absolute weapons, yeah? They're very big guys, they're just very versed, champion kickboxers, black belts in jiu-jitsu, but they're very, very confident, but they're calm and they're quiet. Yeah, there's confidence to me is someone that doesn't have to prove himself. All they need to prove themselves is to themselves. Yeah, they're very, yes, look, okay, I have money, I have a body, I have whatever I need to say, blah, 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 but it's not about me. A confident person is more about other people. That's probably the best way I can put it. It's okay. Yep. Look, I've sorted myself out. I don't need to push it onto people or girls or the opposite sex to fill my cup up. My cup is full. So how can I fill other people's cup up?
Totally love that.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Thank you.
Go for it.
So, what things could you suggest that the guys in our classroom could do to sort of start gaining a little bit more confidence in their everyday lives?
Yep, that's a good one. Like, firstly, as you know, do not try to change your outer world and try to, okay, look, I'm not really good with girls, so I'm going to go and talk to girls. Yes, you're going to build up that skill, or if you're not confident to go to the gym, or, because you haven't got that body yet and you're going to put yourself in that uncomfortable position, that is a okay strategy. The strategy that you want is you want to change your inner world. So wherever you're lacking that confidence or that skill or ability in any part of your life, you want to do the inner work. So you want to visualize it. You want to see yourself participating in that skill. Because what happens is, you've got an elastic band. I can't even speak. You know what I mean? Like a big elastic band around you. And once you're trying to walk forward in the outer world and try to obtain that skill or be that person, if you have a little slip up or you hit a roadblock, because your old programming is of the old you, seeing the old you not achieving that, you're going to go back for a sixer. Does that make sense? Yeah. So they need to, any activity, they need to get up in the morning, as you know, see yourself achieving those goals, because yes, you will get a result. Yes, the relationship's moving okay. Yes, you're starting to, you've got a smile on your face, but that is all good when things are good. Yeah. And I know this. Yeah. I got really cocky because I got successful really quick, and I got a big exposure really quick, and oh my God, I've got all this, and I moved to Bali and my head just blew out like a hot air balloon, yeah? But what I was doing was I stopped working on my inner world because I thought it's all sorted, but my goals and dreams were bigger and I had bigger problems as well. But because I wasn't working on my inner world, I stalled, and it happened 3 times in my life. So it comes to, getting the confidence, getting that power is seeing the person you want to become, and not, oh my God, I'm just doing this because Nathan tells me or Vicki tells me. No, they need to be doing it because they believe in themselves. It's already happened. And the more you can, connect with yourself that it's done, the more you stay in that state, before you know it, boom, time and space meets and you're there.
Yeah, that is fantastic.
That's
advice.
Totally what our guys need to hear right now too, because we've been doing a bit of black work with them, thinking of their future selves a year from now and stuff like that. And I think a lot of guys have struggled to come to come around to actually believing what they're saying.
Yes.
Kind of dreaming that at the moment.
Yep.
But I think, listening to that, big 6 foot man said it, so it's true.
That's it. So, we are we've been saying to them. We've been doing quite a lot of journaling this week. It's a task we've set for them, and we did say, imagine yourself in a year, and sort of set like an affirmation. What do you want in a year?
Yep.
And we've turned it around, and we've just finished as of last night. Let them post up their actual declarations as to what they wanted to achieve in that year, and I think when it comes to belief, that is something that I think all of them could really gain a lot from that. So
I'll just quickly share with you what I do, because like what I do is not, like I said in the retreat, it's not right or wrong, true or false, but the result that I got. And I come from Melbourne, as you guys do. I come from a very, when I say humbling, a beautiful family, everything that I wanted, but what I found with my success, and where I let go as well, because I want to talk about, I'm not 100% perfect. I am human. I'm not like people go, well, I do this every day, and bullshit you do, I concentrate and I visualize and I see what I will do, and I build up massive emotional connection, and I see my health go, and I see how I look, and I see how that makes me feel, and I just constantly just keep evolving. You don't do it once. Any spare time you can do throughout the day, and you look at it. You look at where your goals are. Like if you walk into any room, you want to see where your goals are. So that's your line of sight, and that connects you to your goals as much as you can. The more you can fill your mind up with your goals and where you're going, and with that energy, that just becomes you. Because the less you have the inside world and all that other scatter and bullshit, the more you fill your mind up, the quicker you're going to move towards your goals. Make sense, yeah?
Yeah. Sure does.
Yeah, well, most of our guys are just beginning in their journey, not only like in mindset and stuff, but even just in their health and fitness journey. A lot of our guys are just brand new. And what do you think, what sort of role do you think that all of this plays into their health and fitness journey as well? Because we know you're into that and stuff. So, mindset, just building confidence, that kind of thing.
Oh, it's huge. Like if you look at how can health firstly give you inner mind strategies, or if you want, like if they don't know what that means, how health can change your life. Most athletes or people that look after their health are very successful in other areas of life, because they have that motivation and they have those inner mind strategies. They have the discipline. They know how to go without. They know how to push when they need to, and they can do that in all other areas of life. So mindset, if you want to flip it, mindset is everything. Regan and I teach 80% psychology, which is the mind, 20% you have to move. Like if you want to change your body, yes, you can change your physiology saying, by visualizing, but you have to actually go to the gym. You have to eat right. You can't sit there and eat friggin' KFC and I want the body of my dreams, because it's not going to, do you know what I mean? You're going to have a bit of resistance. So mindset is huge. One thing that I've really discovered, and like Michael Jordan when he got interviewed, is that he visualized his foul shots or his shots more than he actually practiced them. What I discovered with my training, when I used to train 3 times a day, I get up in the morning, I do fasted cardio, at lunchtime I'll do CrossFit, and then at night I'll do isolation, so bodybuilding. And then even sometimes I'd even get another walk into that. But what I did, and when I found it huge, is that what you're training, and you should visualize every rep, every exercise, seeing the pump, seeing how you're going to be feeling, and so on. And you want to be connecting with your mind. So what that teaches your mind and your muscles to do, you go on autopilot. So obviously now you can tie your shoelace without thinking about it. Now you can drive the car without obviously thinking about it as well. But when you train and you visualize about what you're going to do and what exercise, you're going to enjoy it a lot more, because 99% of the population, what happens is they just go to the gym with all their shit conditioning throughout the day. They had a fight at work. They had a fight with their partner. I'm tired. It's raining. I look at myself in the mirror. Fuck, I don't like it. So you're forcing yourself to do that, and your workout's going to be shit most of the time. If you're good at getting yourself into state, having half a bloody kilo of pre-workout, or, listening to some music, because obviously it's important. So that's only a stimulant. That's only going to last so long. But if you can get yourself into... So what happens with my training now, I put my headphones on and I'll work out, and I don't even remember what I've done. And I'll walk out with a huge pump, sweating, and I'm like, what did I just do? But it was because your body sees what you visualized, your mind sees what you visualize. After when you walk out, you're on autopilot. And that's the secret of the rich and famous. when I say rich and famous, I'm going to say all successful, yeah, because they program their life in the morning so much, and then they've got all this energy, they know what to say, people are coming into their lives, you know, and they're doing, like, if they've got big business deals, they're smashing it, not because they're just fluking it. Is because they've done the inner work, their mind's seeing what their goals are, especially in the health and fitness. And then when they go to 20%, the mechanics, when they go to execute it, it's just easy and effortless. So it's huge. Mindset's everything.
Yeah, totally.
Fantastic. All right. So give me 2 seconds.
That's all right. My back's just cramping up.
If you're ever having a day when you're not really feeling so great, what steps do you do to pick yourself back up?
That's awesome. Yesterday I spent most of the day in bed because it's hard for me to even sit up like that, but I still did what I normally do, but obviously it wasn't I didn't stop it. Oh, well, I'm in bed, my back's sore, I'm going to stop it. If you're having a bad day, you want to obviously from the start of the day, again, you want to be doing, your success priming. You want to ask yourself, you want to really stop doing what you're doing out here and connect within here and ask the feeling that I'm feeling. Is it serving me or isn't it? Am I living at cause or am I living at the effect? And what cause and effect means for the people that are listening is if you're at the effect, you're at the beg and call, you're blaming it. Yeah. If you're overweight and you're sitting there eating chips or oh, my body, I'm just big boned and water retention, that's bullshit. Do you know what I mean? Get up off your ass and get to the gym and, find a solution. Living at cause, like my tattoo says, shallow men believe in luck, strong men believe in cause and effect. And that's you're always in control. If you don't have money and you're sitting there and you're fighting with your partner, then what can you do? What's a solution, yeah? What's the point of arguing? Is it going to sort it out? No, it isn't. You guys going to, you know what I'm saying? And that's what happens. Sometimes me and Regan are like, I'm like, hold on a second. Is this sorting it out? No, it isn't. So on those days when you're feeling a bit tired or, when the universe is challenging you and stuff like that, you need to sit back and you need to go, okay, let's regroup. And I like to sort of stop doing the activity. Stop talking, stop fucking doing the gym, sitting down and realigning with myself. So you reset, you realign, you reassess and all that stuff. And you ask yourself the questions, okay, what do I need to do to move forward? What is this fake feeling? Because emotions don't exist. It's something that we create on our on beliefs of, of the past that don't even exist. So beliefs can change just like that, yeah? You guys agree?
Yeah.
So then you need to ask you, because what happens is we get caught up at doing the activity and talking and getting caught up in all that rubbish, and then you just switch off to it, put a full stop, yeah? And then you want to move back and you want to go, okay, realign it. How are you feeling? Take a deep breath, and as you guys know, change your state, change your physiology. If you're feeling shit, don't just sit there and go, hate my life. You want to get up, do some push-ups, break that pattern, start to focus on the right stuff. Obviously internal language is huge. And I always do that. Like I always look at, you can call it like a safety net, yeah? You can look at, if you're having a shit day, right techniques like changing your state, internal language. Are you living at cause and effect? And it's really good to have that somewhere so you could quickly run through that safety net of empowering techniques to put you back on the path, which is quite good to do as well.
Yeah, awesome answer. I think you've really kind of answered this next question already, but I just want to get a bit of clarity. Like, did you ever think that making people more confident would be like so important to you? Because really, that is what you do now. Hey, it's like just be confident men and women. Yep. Did you ever imagine that would be where you'd end up? What you'd end up doing?
To be honest with you, no. It was. I always knew I was put on this planet for a higher purpose, because when I wasn't, it was driving me absolute crazy to the point when I wanted to take my life 3 times. So it's like, and I'll be honest with you as well. When I first started to do when I was doing, I was walking through, I was making it up. I had a blindfold over me. But once I knew that I was empowering people for health and fitness, and they were getting more confident with their changing their body, and then obviously being in environments which they wouldn't be in, because it can be quite challenging for men to be in an environment which the guys that, if they haven't got the body, they feel like they're very dispowered, yeah? They see these other big muscly guys and they walk around, and it can be quite intimidating. So to be able to obviously firstly get a phone call from someone's wife or girlfriend to say that, thank you, oh my God, you just changed them, that gave me confidence. And then I was just like, whoa, we're onto something good here. Then when we start to empower people, then when I really started to understand the vibration and the ripple effect is, you're going to build an environment exactly what you guys have got, in a beautiful gym environment where people can come and grow in so many ways. And to build people's confidence is second to none, because that's like being in the right state. So if you keep people in that empowered state, they're going to be able to do anything, or whatever they do, they're going to absolutely smash it. Speaking to their wife, going to the gym, eating the right foods. Because we know if our confidence is that, we're not going to want to talk nice to the wife. We're going to eat junk food. We're not going to go to the gym. Do you know what I'm saying? So confidence is the difference between life and death, or winning or not. Yeah? It's quite simple. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think that's pretty much all the questions we have for you. However, we do have this one little thing we like to do. Me and Vic often play this game with ourselves, and
not with ourselves, with each other.
We like to have fun. So we've got a thing where we're going to ask you 10 words,
Yep.
and we just want you to give us the first word that comes into your head. All right?
Yep.
All right. So first things first, confidence.
Beast mode.
Mindset.
Oh, endless.
Coaching.
Love it.
Time.
More of it.
Animal.
Me.
Love.
Regan.
Family.
Beast mode.
Work.
I don't do it.
Beautiful goals.
Unlimited.
And fun.
Always.
Always.
Yep.
Beautiful.
We actually asked Regan some of those when we interviewed her, and some of yours were quite similar. So
Oh, really?
you must, yeah.
I love that little thing, because I remember you said that you do that now. I thought that's really cool. It's like unconscious.
It's like me and Vic could be in the car just going for a drive somewhere, and we'll start firing off words at each other. And it's really good fun, and
Yep.
get back in sync with each other. So
But you know what you've actually did, because you know how I was giving that to you guys, like what's the subconscious, because that's when you don't have time to think about it. That's the truth.
yeah,
You're talking to your subconscious mind, because when we do the clicking or the slapping and that, your conscious mind goes, what's that? Like when you're asking me these questions, my conscious mind's going, and the subconscious is speaking. So that's really cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a little thing we like to do. So, but thank you so much for your time today, Lee.
No worries.
We know you're a very, very busy man, and
Totally busy now. He's like, I don't work.
I know how busy you are.
I just create. So when people say work, yeah.
Awesome. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No worries, guys. It's my pleasure. Like you guys are part of the family, and that anything that Regan and I can do, and to see you guys, the smile on your face, that you're fulfilling my life purpose, because that's what it's about. So it's awesome. I love it.
Thank you
All
very
right. We'll jump off. Yeah, and I don't know how to jump off here.
much. To hang everything. But all right, Lee. Well, thank you so much again.
No
And,
worries.
We're going to head off because we've got to help somebody with.
Pick up the car.
Yeah, pick up their car.
Oh, nice.
Vic's mum, we were doing some mindset work the other day, and
Yep.
we said to Vic's mum, what do you see in your future? She goes, a red convertible. And
Oh, really?
a week later, she goes, guess what? I just bought a red convertible. I need you to pick me up and
Oh,
go get it.
you're kidding me? That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's a massive win for her and a massive win for us, because we're really excited that she was able to step up. So we've got to go do that right now.
There you go. See, that's what it's about, helping other people achieve that. Then it gives you more confidence, and then it's the whole, the success triangle, isn't it?
Yeah,
It is.
totally.
That's awesome, guys. Anything that you need, still reach out. And thank you for having me on, listening to me, and looking at my ugly head for an hour.
Love it. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we will.
We're over in July.
Yeah,
Oh.
we'll be over there soon. So.
Oh, beautiful. Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
I'll see you there.
See you guys. Bye.